Devoted to fresh, independent Filipino music. Faces of Indieground.
Yo, what up? Welcome to another Faces of Indieground here on the Daily Survey with me, JC, and of course, Ria Ramz here on the program. And tonight, Ria, we have a very cool guest. Super suave. Boses yan, di ba?
Yes, especially if you've heard her song here on Indie Ground and of course all her other songs, you guys are gonna fall in love with her music. We are pleased to welcome Majo Elli.
Hi, Madra. How are you?
Hi. Hi, everyone. Happy to be here, and thank you for inviting me today.
You're welcome. Thank you for joining us, Majo. First and foremost, what have you been doing besides your music? Anong ginagawa mo sa bahay? What are you watching on Netflix? What's going on in your life outside of your musical career?
I have a day job. I'm an architect, and yeah, and then aside from that, right now I'm more of freelancing, so I get to do much more. I guess binging on Netflix and finding more inspiration for writing new music and stuff. Yeah.
As an architect, do you find inspiration from like things that you watch or things that you see? I mean, what do you take inspiration from usually pag in your architectural work?
In my architectural work, I guess history.
History.
When it comes to architecture, because there's a lot of stories in different cultures, and sometimes, for example, in our culture, in Bahay Kubo, there's a story why specific things are designed in a specific way. So,
Uh-huh.
yeah, culture is a big thing in Archi, and I guess people's behavior is also a big thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
I guess.
agree. So I take it you're very observational, which I guess does that factor into your music at all when you make music? How does your songwriting process work? Is it similar to how you approach your architecture, for example?
I think for music, it's much more personal.
Mm.
There's much more fiction to it. I mean, pinagahalo ko siya. Minsan, there's a hint of personal touch with every song that I write. But at the same time, I try to create a narrative that will fit the whole song. So, yeah, it's kind of different with Archi because in architecture, you need to be precise or technical in a way. With
Yeah,
music, you really need to be more I guess imaginative. Well, they're both imaginative, but yeah, that's
I
kind of the
understand.
difference.
Yeah, I get you. I get
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense.
you.
Yeah, well, I always find it interesting when people who are in tracks like, architecture or like the sciences, maths, go into music. I mean, they're two very different things. So which came first? Was it music? Was it archi? How did you discover, your talent and your love for music?
Uh, so initially, my first love was visual arts talaga. So as a kid, I was more of the art kid. I kept drawing anime and stuff like that, and then that
Anime.
yeah, I really
Woo!
wanted to be an animator. But
Wow,
then
okay.
it kind of shifted to architecture because my mom wanted me to be more professional, I guess, in a sense. Wanted me to have a more stable profession. So I shifted to architecture. And then because I was so stressed with my architecture drawings, that's when I would play something outside of visual arts. So I would pick up my
Wow.
guitar, and then that's when I think I there was a point where I would play the guitar for 3 to 5 hours a day. Yeah,
Wow.
because it's just I don't know it. I really fell in love with music unexpectedly
Mm.
because I had a completely different vision when I was younger, and now it's music. So yeah.
Have you always been a musical performer, or is it like you said you picked it up because you wanted a escape from your studies and your
Yeah.
architecture work? But were you always a good singer? Like ikaw ba yung kumakanta ng happy
Uh,
birthday sa birthday parties? I don't
Happy
know.
birthday talaga.
I'm just thinking like
um,
were you always someone who was musically inclined when even when you were young?
I guess the extent of my musical prowess when I was younger. Specifically in high school, ako yung taga-kanta ng Lupang Hinirang and the school
Oh,
hymn. So, but I wasn't in the choir. I was just, it was just assigned to me. That's why I did it.
okay.
So, yeah. But at that time, I didn't really believe that I would do music like seriously and professionally,
Mhm.
because it was more of a hobby, a pastime, but it was always there in the background. So I guess I just didn't realize it earlier on. So
Yeah.
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 So from the background to the foreground, now it's like now it's in your sights. You're actually living the musician's
Yeah.
dream. You have an EP out. It's your, if I'm not mistaken, it's your debut EP, correct?
Yeah, it's my debut EP. It's my first work that I really was serious about, the production side, the mixing
Mhm,
side, because I did everything on my own. So um, that was the first project that everything that I've learned for the past year before that, I
mhm.
applied it to that EP. Yeah.
And you learned this all how? Online, through friends? Did you
Uh,
have a mentor?
no, I just learned by myself
Self.
because I was a big fan of Tom Mish. And Tom Mish produces his own music, and I
Right.
was like, and he's around my age, and so I was like, oh, I can do it. Every, my age, someone like him, you know, could do
Kaya-kaya,
it,
no?
and yeah,
Yeah.
I should try, at least try. He's different. He's a completely different level. I just am mimicking him. I'm just kidding.
well, it's awesome that you get to learn these things on your own, because I know for a fact that producing music is not easy. And
Yeah.
how did you, like, where did you start with this? Like, if you are mimicking, or if you take inspiration from Tom Mish, how did you decide that, okay, I have to start, and where did you begin?
Oh. Um, Before Tomish, I was already like writing songs. So I had like a couple of songs already, but I wasn't doing anything with them because when I'm writing songs, it's just for myself. I'm very I guess I
Private?
do this very private, and I'm very introverted, so I just keep things to myself. And so with that, I think a year after that, no, I guess it wasn't until a few years after, when I have saved up money and bought specific equipments and instruments. It's when I really, and I guess I got lucky with my work because I was able to juggle the day job and the music.
Right.
That's why I was able to, like, for example, I would finish my work from 8 a.m. to 3 p.m. And then the following hours I would just be on YouTube and, learning. And because my friends were very encouraging as well. That's why I started learning all these things on my own.
Great.
Yeah.
So let's talk about your EP. It's called Nowhere. It's called Nowhere Somewhere.
Mhm.
Tama.
Yes.
What is the meaning behind it? It sounds very it sounds like a movie title for a romantic comedy, like Definitely
Yeah.
Maybe. Diba? I mean, there, what is
Oh.
Nowhere Somewhere? What is the
Tama.
meaning behind that the title of your EP?
I think it would be about me starting from nowhere and going to somewhere with this EP.
Makes sense.
Um,
Makes
yeah,
sense.
makes
I get
sense.
it.
There, and I saw a Tumblr post before, and there's this like a bus that says "Going Nowhere." I don't know. I just kind of really like the word nowhere, somewhere, everywhere, wherever. I
Yeah.
like mixing all these different words up, and yeah, basically, that's from nowhere to somewhere, going. I don't know
Yeah,
where, but it's moving.
Yeah.
yeah,
And
and
you go ahead, Ria.
okay, yeah, I don't know, like, based on your music, like the ones that I've already heard, you mentioned also earlier that you write very personally. So what exactly is it that you prefer to write about? Is it, you mentioned also that you are an introvert? Is this your way of expressing things that you don't really like to tell other people?
Yeah, that's when I'm writing songs, there's basically just two things in my mind. First is these are the things that I can't exactly tell someone personally, so I just write them. Or I write songs to tell myself, or these are the words that I wanted to hear from someone else that no
Mhm.
one is saying to me, like comforting yourself. So yeah, those are basically the two things that really motivates me to write songs. So yeah.
Yeah, you have some singles off your EP, "Cigarette" and "Move." What are the stories behind that? What is "Cigarette" about? Is it literally about a cigarette? What is the meaning behind the title of that song?
Cigarette is basically about it's a metaphor for love, about toxic love. So
Ooh,
yeah,
we
but
love that.
yeah, because in our society we're like love is the best thing out there, but we fail to see that sometimes love can be very toxic, can be very manipulative to people, that we don't see that because we just say, oh, it's love, it's not wrong. And I
Yeah.
think that's also similar with how we do cigarette. We enjoy it, there's something relaxing about it, but at the same time it's slowly killing us if we're not smart about it. So yeah.
Ooh,
Ooh, I love
Very,
it. I love it.
I like
yeah.
that. And how
Actually,
about
Yeah.
the
Sorry.
okay, let's go with move.
how about "Move"?
Move is basically, I wrote that a year ago, and it's actually kind of unexpected, an unexpected song, an impulsive song, because um, I was I was almost 25 at the time, and I was about to have my quarter life crisis, and I was out ranting with my friend Justin, and we were like, "Oh no, we're gonna turn 25. I haven't done these things. The things that you thought you were gonna do in specific ages. It's, you know, I felt like I was stuck at the time, and so when I got home after that heart to heart with my friend, I was like, wait, this could be a good song to write. And that's actually one of the fastest songs I've written. Like in an hour, I was finished with that.
Wow.
And yeah, and it's basically just a note to myself that I don't have to figure out everything at 25. I could just move, like start something, see where it takes me. Little steps is a big thing in the future. So yeah, I should just breathe and move slowly, or yeah, that's basically
As
it.
long, as long as you're moving forward, it's always
Yeah,
progress.
Mhm.
yeah.
Great.
Progress is progress.
And you've made it to where you've come out with an EP, you've come out with great songs. What is in store next for you, Majo? What is your next project? Do you have any plans for maybe a another album or a full length album rather?
Right now, I'm writing for another EP for next year. I don't
Okay.
know if I can write a full album yet, but yeah, I'm right now, since I have more free time, I'm writing and recording some new songs. Maybe I would have a separate single later this year. I'm trying to release a new one soon, but yeah, for the EP, for sure next year there will be an EP and collaborations with other musician friends. Yeah, yeah,
If you're
Well, that's
checking out
really exciting.
Yeah, if you're
yeah.
checking us
Thank you.
online, facebook.com/rx931, we have a lot of people who are commenting. Do you have a name of a fans club, Majo? My fans club.
No, those are my friends, and
Okay.
they actually started like calling themselves majorities or majonatics, I
I
guess.
like
Oh, that's so
Yeah,
cute.
yeah,
Majorities.
yeah, majorities.
I feel like that's what it should be. I mean, that's a cool name.
Yeah, because my real first name is Marjorie, so
Mm.
majority. That's why they chose majorities.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're really
That's
creative.
awesome. Well,
Yeah.
if there's anything you want to tell, the people listening to you, and if you want to invite other people to listen to you as well, go ahead, take this time and share your thoughts or your insights or your message.
Okay. First of all, I just want to say happy birthday to my cousin Rose Ann. She's listening right now, so yeah, happy birthday. And to all my friends and families and listeners who have been with me from the start or recently, thank you so much for your support. And thank you for always encouraging me whenever I'm in doubt, because I'm always in doubt. And to the new listeners right now, I hope that my music can somehow bring you some comfort, whatever wherever you are in your life right now. And if you like my music, you can check out more on Spotify, Apple Music, and just type in Majo Elli, and that will be accessible. And to you guys on RX, I'm really very very happy for everything, and I'm very thankful that you guys are giving us independent musicians and artists a platform to showcase our music, because there's a lot of unheard talents out there. So yeah, thank you so much.
Thank you, Majo.
Thank you for being with us.
Thank you for joining us,
Thank
and
you.
we look forward to joining the majorities group gathering in a few months, few years, whenever the
Yes.
pandemic is over. But we're gonna be
Yes.
playing your song next. So to everyone who's on Facebook Live, who's listening online, check us out on air, facebook.com. You can hit us up on air at RX931, and let's play you their song "Move." That does it for some.
Faces of India.